In the sport of pickleball, it's called the Golden Ticket. A fitting name, because for top pros and amateurs alike, it represents a truly golden opportunity. A spot at the USA Pickleball National Championships. It's validation that you belong at the pinnacle of the country's fastest growing athletic pursuit. Earning a coveted golden ticket has always been a daunting challenge. But with new players constantly entering the sport, it's not getting any easier. Each year, the talent pool extends just a little deeper. It means you have to serve, dink, lob, and smash your way to the very top of the podium on what is coined the road to nationals. It means winning a gold medal at one of just a handful of qualifier events during the regular season. For a trip to Indian Wells, the opportunities are few and far between. The margin of error is slim. Only first place will do. 2021 marked the return of the national championships following a year-long absence due to the pandemic.
It feels good to be back at the national championships after 2 years. Last year was disappointing because of COVID, where we couldn't play. This is still a highlight for us. The venue's second to none, the weather's second to none. It's just exciting to be here and get back out there and compete. I love it.
It was also the third year the event was hosted at the renowned Indian Wells Tennis Garden. A world-class venue, Indian Wells is famous for hosting the tennis elite. This includes legends like Rafael Nadal, Serena Williams, and Novak Djokovic. So it was a watershed moment when Indian Wells opened its doors to USA Pickleball in 2018. The inaugural event instantly rocketed the sport to a new level of credibility, global awareness, and incredible growth.
Well, when the Nationals came to Indian Wells, it was a big deal in the sport because it really gave pickleball, I think, credibility. The National Championships are USA Pickleball's premier event. We'll continue to make it bigger and better every year. The fact that the best players in the world can come and compete in that unique environment and have a fabulous experience in front of thousands of fans and compete for a national title, that's about as good as it gets.
Fueled by a wave of interest during the pandemic, as well as the sport's strong social appeal, there are now more than 4.8 million pickleball players in the United States. According to the Sports and Fitness Industry Association, that makes it the fastest growing sport in the U.S., 2 years running. Similarly, USA Pickleball's annual membership has exploded, surging 44% between 2020 and 2021. To accommodate the demand, pickleball facilities are popping up everywhere. Some are converted tennis courts, but increasingly, they are newly built venues dedicated solely to pickleball. Some are even nationwide franchises that combine courtside restaurants and offer a family-friendly atmosphere. On average, 3 new facilities open across the U.S. every day. The National Championships event has mirrored the sport's upward trajectory. Once registration opens, the field of qualifying players is filled within minutes. Today, the event attracts more than 2,300 of the best players in the world. But for all of pickleball's sudden popularity, it might be surprising to know that the sport dates back nearly 60 years, to the humble beginnings of a family's backyard court in Washington State. Pickleball has indeed come a long way since then and shows no signs of slowing down. A desert oasis in Southern California serves as the breathtaking backdrop for those in search of titles, prize money, and lifetime bragging rights. As a sports governing body, USA Pickleball crowns national champions in divisions for pros and senior pros, as well as amateur players based on age and skill rating.
What makes it different, it's a true national championship. You have to qualify to get in. That means you're playing against the best players in the country. They've qualified in their brackets to be there, so the competition is great.
On the pro side, the 2021 edition of the USA Pickleball National Championships did not disappoint. It featured compelling storylines and some of the best action the sport has ever witnessed. This includes a surprising upset win in the finals of the mixed doubles competition, and a dominant performance by the #1 seed in a star-studded showdown of men's doubles. But most notably, pickleball witnessed the coming out party for a precocious prodigy named Annalee Waters. The teenage sensation came into the event attempting to capture the elusive Triple Crown: singles, mixed doubles, and women's doubles, while paired with her own mom. Could she do it at the tender age of 14? First, a quick look at the playing rules for pickleball. Each gold medal doubles match features 2 teams of 2 players. The ball is served underhand and cross court. Points are scored by the serving side only and occur when the opponent faults. This includes failing to return the ball or hitting the ball out of bounds or into the net. The server continues to serve alternating service courts until the serving side faults. The first team to score 11 points wins, but you must win by 2 points. Following the serve, each side must make at least 1 ground stroke. And finally, in pickleball, there is a non-volley zone, also known as the kitchen. A player cannot volley a ball while standing in the kitchen. Let's go back to Indian Wells and relive the doubles competition at the historic 2021 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships presented by Pickleball Central. In mixed doubles, the gold medal match featured the dynamic Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova. The pair was seeking to avenge an early round loss against the sibling duo of Riley and Lindsay Newman. Boasting an undefeated record, the brother-sister combo advanced out of the winner's bracket. Both sides were evenly matched, and true to form, Game 1 proved to be a back-and-forth contest.
Cheeky from Riley Newman.
Great inside out, going backside on Matt Wright.
Looks like he's going cross court. Just slides that paddle along the length of the ball.
Wow. Lucy Kovalova using every inch of her tall frame to reach in there, not allow that ball to bounce.
Well, and that's one of the spots that you can hit against the Newmans, that forehand side. We've talked about it so much. Ernie safe, ball stays in, and he loops it around. Newman's ball. That one she lets bounce.
But with the score tied 10-10, Wright and Kovalova came through in crunch time, notching 2 unanswered points to take the opener 12-10.
And back-to-back errors, and just like that, the game flips directions. Kovalova and Wright, the number 1 seed, they're coming out of the contenders bracket, looking for game number 2.
The Newmans responded in Game 2 by jumping out to a commanding 8-1 lead.
Nice play by Matt, but it's not enough.
But Wright and Kovalova stormed back, scoring an amazing 10 unanswered points.
And Matt Wright baited it, kept taking those steps towards the center, and on the perfect timing, covers the line.
And ultimately winning 11-8.
Not really an impersonation when that is what she's doing. Like, it's ridiculous. She gets everything back no matter where she's at.
Different. There it is.
The National Championships utilizes a double elimination format. That meant the 2 victories by Wright and Kovalova in a best-of-3 match triggered a tiebreaker, a final game to be played to 15. Winner take all.
Sitting 750. There, beautiful placement. Well, they're doing their best, but he continues to step in front, but that's a great way to do it. Moving to that forehand side instead of
For the match. Try to make something. Try and catch him off guard here.
And there it is. Your 2021 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Champions.
Refusing to cave in, the Newmans took the tiebreaker 15-9, and in doing so, captured their first ever national championship together. After years of failed attempts, it was an emotional victory for the Newmans.
I'm already got goosebumps. I mean, it's the first time I've cried in pickleball. Lindsay and I, we've gotten silver a lot of times, so it's just so special to get the gold.
I'll take it. Riley's a hot mess right now. What Riley was trying to say was the last 3 or 4 tournaments we've gone to the gold medal match, and we've been up and then lost. And we were here 2 years ago playing against Kyle and Simone, and we lost that one. And I think we still have nightmares from losing and letting so many people down. So we're just happy to finally get a gold, and we hope we made our mom and dad proud who are watching at home.
In a best-of-5 games affair, men's doubles featured another rematch in Indian Wells. On one side was the top seed, Riley Newman, and men's singles gold medalist Tyson McGuffin.
Obviously, this is the biggest tournament in the world, so anytime you can make a podium, it's a pretty good result. Been doing yoga, been doing functional training, been doing a bunch of cardio, and then playing in the afternoons. I'm a big fan of recovery as well. I got an IV yesterday, got a massage last night, so I'm ready to get myself a couple goals this weekend.
On the other, the third seed, rising stars J.W. Johnson and Callan Dawson. Newman and McGuffin went undefeated leading up to the gold medal match. Imposing their will early, they proceeded to nearly shut out their opponent in the opening game on championship court.
And they just continue to add on here.
There's nothing being given by McGuffin and Newman. Riley Newman.
How low Dawson gets.
The pair forged a 10-0 lead against Johnson and Dawson before surrendering their first point of the game.
Oh, and McGuffin makes the mistake right there, but another methodical point. Great point by all four players.
Ultimately prevailing 11-3.
Love these in-game adjustments, Dave.
Just not checkers, Tom.
Yeah, and it works. McGuffin and Newman take game number one, 11-3 over Johnson and Dawson.
As expected, points were generated off dink rallies throughout the match.
Oh, good hands from McGuffin right there down the sideline.
The patient exchanges simulated a game of chess, each side waiting to pounce on an opponent's mistake.
Oh, nice reach in from Riley Newman and not letting Dawson set back up.
Yep, so you got to slide all the way over off that ball, off the tape, and just can't quite get back there.
Finally, Johnson able to capitalize.
These boys are playing at the absolute height of their game right now.
The around the post defense from Johnson, but just too much. McGuffin and Newman right now. And Dawson goes inside out beautifully, but McGuffin there for the defense.
The second game produced an equally convincing performance by Newman and McGuffin, who breezed to an 11-1 victory.
And that ball will sail long, and game number two goes to Riley Newman and Tyson McGuffin. They will take a 2 games to love lead here in this 3 out of 5. And Callan Dawson comes out on top.
Game 3 was a closer contest, but Newman and McGuffin completed the sweep, winning 11-6.
And off the top of the tape, game goes to Riley Newman and Tyson McGuffin. 11-6 in game 3 after they win game 1, 11-3, game 2, 11-1. Your 2021 national champions, Riley Newman and Tyson McGuffin over J.W. Johnson and Callan Dawson.
Yeah, you know what? I've won 2 singles titles. This one feels pretty special, especially to do it along the side this guy right here. This is actually our last tournament together. So after 2 years, I'm happy to walk away with the national title with this man.
So walking away with 2 gold medals, it has truly been the best pickleball weekend of my life.
Today, pickleball is skewing younger and younger. Club teams are forming on college campuses, and kids are picking up paddles in gym classes across the country. But historically, at its roots, pickleball is a sport that has been known to cater to the older set. The National Championships event celebrates this fact by touting a pro division dedicated solely to athletes aged 50 plus. Older and bolder, these athletes can mix it up with the best of them.
1, 2, 3, put away.
Sure, the professional players represent the 1% of the 1%. Crisscrossing the country on the tour circuit, they are the heroes to aspire to. But most of the 2,300 players at the USA Pickleball National Championships make a living off the court. One might think that playing at the same venue where legends like Roger Federer and Maria Sharapova won tennis championships would be enough. Not for these athletes. They're here to play their game, their way, to face off against the best from around the country, to show their mettle. They're here to win. The women's doubles gold medal match represented the first ever face-off between these two elite teams. It seemed apropos that it was scheduled as the final match of the tournament. The number 2 seed, Lee Waters, and her 14-year-old daughter, Anna Lee Waters, were taking on the number 4 seed, Leah Jansen and Irina Tereshchenko. The younger Waters, who earlier claimed the women's singles gold medal, and her mom, advanced out of the winner's bracket. They look to claim back-to-back national titles after winning in 2019, the last year the event was held.
For nationals especially, we know how we won before, and that was being very aggressive, playing true to ourselves. And so we've talked about the fact that we just need to stay the course, play our game, stay aggressive, and hopefully that'll be enough to get us another national title. I think Nationals has the best atmosphere, the most electric crowd of anywhere we have ever played, and we will never forget those moments leading up to national championship and after, and how we felt and just the electricity that ran through us. And we are so excited to be back in front of that crowd again this year and hopefully bring home another title.
Me and my mom have had a lot of conversations about what we're going to do this year at Nationals, but I think if we just play our game, have a lot of fun, we're going to do great and hopefully get our second national title.
Jansen and Tereshchenko came into the best-of-5 match exuding confidence, following a huge win and 2-game sweep in the bronze medal match. It was a deserved sense of conviction. The signature win came against the tournament's number 1 seed, Catherine Parento and Jessie Irvin.
And there it is. The comeback was mounted in 2 games. Leah Jansen and Irina Tereshchenko finished off the bronze medal match. They're moving on to Championship Sunday.
The Waters asserted themselves early against Jansen and Tereshchenko. They took a 5-0 lead just over 1 minute into the match, forcing their opponents to call an early timeout.
Wow, that is a very, very quick timeout from Tereshchenko and Jansen. Nice from Leah Jansen. An onslaught of overheads from Lee and Anna Lee Waters. You see the crowd react there.
The mother-daughter duo would cruise the rest of the way in Game 1 for an 11-2 victory.
And with that third shot drive from Anna Lee Waters, Game 1 goes to Lee and Anna Lee Waters, 11-2 over Tereshchenko and Jansen in this gold medal match. The communication, you guys hear that, is, from Anna Lee, go to mom. Mom hits that, and Lee Waters hits that, pops it up. She goes, watch it.
Yes, and watch it turned into, no, Mom, not only is it not watch it, it's I got it, and I'm going to take over the point.
Game 2 generated a near replica performance, also ending 11-2 in favor of the Waters.
And another victory here in game number 2 for the Waters.
Demonstrating resolve, Jansen and Terashenko put up an early fight in Game 3.
And finally able to put that away is Irina Terashenko. And she is fired up, Dave.
Yeah, it's the first come on that we've heard from her, and for obvious reasons.
They climbed to a 2-0 lead and continued to keep the score close in the early going.
Oh, right on cue, right? There's
Yes.
the lean-in little one-handed roll that I mentioned earlier that Leah Jansen's so good at. Good start here, Dave, for them.
You know, they're oh no. Oh no, Lee Waters on the ground and now back up, and we're still playing.
Lee Waters almost flipped over and did a backward somersault, drops her paddle, and gets back into play, Dave.
Yes. Mom, I got it. Get yourself together. I think she had to hit the I've fallen and I can't get up button, but she got back up.
But knotted at 5-5, the Waters would pull away on the strength of a newly implemented float serve by Anna Lee Waters.
Again, it's
the fourths have been a real big problem off the short returns, just blocking that first volley.
They shut out their opponents the rest of the way to win 11-5.
And your 2021 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Champions are Lee and Anna Lee Waters. 11-2, 11-2, 11-5. What a victory for the mom and daughter duo out of South Florida.
It was an impressive performance from beginning to end, and one undoubtedly worthy of a national championship. Despite winning the women's pro singles title, Anna Lee Waters fell just short of capturing the Triple Crown. But in doing so, she served notice that she represents not only the future of women's pickleball, but its present as well. In 2022, the USA Pickleball National Championships promise more new faces on the sport's grand stage. Young upstarts looking to challenge the proven establishment. The nation's fastest growing sport is continually evolving, innovating, advancing. Players are developing new weapons and shot-making abilities that elevate play at both the pro and amateur levels. The bar is being raised ever higher, and those who have earned the golden ticket will once again make the pilgrimage this November to the sports mecca, Indian Wells Tennis Garden, where only the best survive in the desert.